Colandria to throw, now to scramble, and he's got the first down and more. Colandria to the 10. He's in the end zone! Touchdown, Rebels!
It's so crazy because you dream about playing in the offense like Coach Mullen, so it's awesome every day to come in and just learn from him and Coach Dennis. No, I feel like it's so awesome because you really don't see a team bring in 60 transfers and then everyone just became so close. We're a close unit. As an offense, I really don't know what the defense does, but we're always we're always dancing. We're always having fun. Even in practice when we score.
When you look the resolve of guys, this whole we had the least number of returning starters in all of college football coming into the season. I give a lot of credit to the leadership, the older guys on the team. Marcel's and the guys that were here, bringing in all the new faces like Ant and all of those guys coming together. Tanner Marr, our strength coach, with the unbelievable job he did in the offseason. The confidence they have to make the plays we need to win, and that's the player.
Welcome into the RebZone. No doubt a thriller last night at Allegiant Stadium. Back and forth, stressful ball game between UNLV and Air Force. Dan Mullen has some luck on his side in Las Vegas with his family, friends, and high school teammates in the stands to watch the Rebels improve to 6-0 and become bowl eligible for the third straight season. The Rebels roll into Boise this week on a 6-game win streak, looking to stay undefeated on the blue turf on Saturday for a 12:30 p.m. kickoff. While there's just 11 undefeated teams remaining after week 7, UNLV writing a 6-0 record for the first time since 1974, becoming bowl eligible after last night's 51-48 win over the Falcons. Dan Mullen's Rebels continue to make history this season, defeating Air Force in Las Vegas for the first time since 2012. We'll hear more from head coach Dan Mullen on the RebZone tonight, but first, let's get you out to Allegiant Stadium and check out last night's nail-biter. Dan Mullen and his Rebels running out the tunnel with fire at Allegiant Stadium. Anthony Colandria throws up a 56-yard bomb to Jaden Bradley. Bradley flexes his speed. The Rebels pick up the first down. 2 plays later, Colandria rolls in for his second rushing touchdown this season. Little dance with Bradley in the end zone, and the Rebels jump on the board first. Falcons keep clawing. Owen Allen up the middle, 21 yards to the house. Air Force steals the lead 14-10. Allen, not done later in the second, powers his way in from 28 yards out. Air Force flying over the Rebels 21-10. Falcons fumble the first play of the second half. Marcel McDuffie all over it. The Rebels would score on the next drive, bringing the juice out of halftime, trailing 21-20. The Rebels need a touchdown, so feed number 9. Jet Thomas rolling up 51 yards to the house. 44-41 with 5 minutes left. Quarterback keeper Liam Cesarca up the middle, 9 yards to the house. It's a nail-biter at Allegiant Stadium, but number 10, Anthony Colandria, says this is my house. He is efficient this season. Final seconds on the clock. Rebels lead 51-48. Air Force trying to tie up the game with a field goal. Jacob Medina's kick from 40 yards out is no good. UNLV hangs on to their lead 51-48, going bowling for the third season in a row, improving to 6-0.
Well, it's all the good luck charms. Couldn't have been, right? It had to be this, right? We got the Dickey family coming in to see us from Georgia, from our lake, my daughter Bree. But we had all kinds of family. I don't know what, it just happened to be the game everybody came. My high school teammates were here. The 1988 Trinity High State Championship team were here. But no, what an exciting day. I want to thank all the Rebel fans. Start with them. We said we got to get better as a football team. We said they need to get better. Created a great environment, home field advantage, took the next step. It was amazing by them today. And really, I'm so proud of our players, how they performed in this game today, how they stuck together as a team. I think that's what's huge, because I think when you look at every one of these games, there's times when we could have easily fallen apart with so many new faces, with so many times it could have gotten selfish. We have the team, to be a great football team, you got to be selfless. And that's really hard to do in today's world, is to be selfless. And those guys look, and they just worry, hey, let's do our job. Hey, defense, we need you to make plays at times. Special teams, you need to make plays at times. Offense, you need to make plays at times. And when one phase of the game is struggling, the other phase picks it up. And they don't point fingers, it's just, hey, that's okay, at the end. It's okay, they scored. Offense, I think, was probably like, good, let them score. We're going to score again. And, we got your back, don't worry. And I think that was, their thought was like, hey, let them score just so we have time. You give us time, we'll score again. We got your back. It's very unique to see that, especially, as you said, having the least number of returning starters in all of college football. It was pretty special. Well, you know what? I'd seen him play a bunch in his career when he was at Virginia. I knew he was a special player, could make a lot of things happen out there on the field. But he was a young player, and I saw some of the things that he needed to improve on were coachable things. Not talent, it was coachable. And so I knew he had all the talent. He's a guy that we brought him in, and you see, Corey Dennis does an amazing job with him, calling the plays, running the offense, putting him in a position to succeed. Well, all those guys, and they battled it out. Jalen Glover comes in and gives a bang. He can bang too with him. It's a great combination. When people always say, what does it mean when one guy comes in and the other guy comes in, you run the same plays, they're a little different. I think you're starting to see that, the power that Akevon has, the explosiveness that Jet has, that it gives you that great little combination and punch back there. And, I want to look at the end of the year. The one thing that can be disappointing maybe for our guys is say, well, if you played one back, their statistics would be off the chart. Yeah. But 6-0 is the most important statistic. Yeah. Having those guys be healthy and fresh to make, our second to last drive, they just run. I almost told Corey, we might be able to just run the ball in 2 minutes because those guys are fresh and ready to go attack.
Kevon Lee is in the game. Play action. Colandria fires one up the sidelines. Got a man there. That's Bradley with a catch. Cuts across midfield. Bradley to the 20. Breaks another tackle. Down to the 13-yard line. Jaden Bradley, a breakout season for the senior out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Into the end zone, Colandria. And UNLV going nowhere their first two drives. Stick it in the end zone. The big play.
Thriller, nail-biter, Mountain West showdown last night at Allegiant Stadium. The Rebels continue to find a way to win and roll to 6-0 with first-year head coach Dan Mullen. Virginia transfer Anthony Colandria looking confident, taking control of UNLV's offense. Paul Gunther's defense had a tough time stopping Air Force's tricky triple option offense last night. The Rebels trailed Air Force 21-13 at halftime and needed a turnover to give the Rebels momentum. UNLV's defense able to come out and start the second half with urgency, but still gave up 48 points on the night. Dan Mullen has emphasized how explosive and disciplined Air Force plays. The Rebels will be getting back to work tomorrow to clean things up defensively against Boise State this week. Here's more reaction from UNLV football last night on their defensive performance against the Falcons.
Just better communication and better eyes. Today, playing a team like that, it's a lot of moving parts and a lot of everything. You never know what you're gonna get from them, man. I'm just, like I said, it was a crazy game. Obviously I don't like letting up 48, but I take the dub. I'm proud of my guys. We never gave up. We never pointed the finger. We just kept fighting and we kept staying together. And that's what I love about this team. No matter what goes on, no matter what the score is, we just gonna continue to fight. We're gonna continue to beat each other, lean on the offense lean on us. We lean on special teams, and we just do it together.
Well, you know what? It wasn't the finish for them as much as the start. Yeah. Offensively, I don't think we started real well. And, a couple times we're getting field goals in the red zone. And to come in and to keep us in the game in the first half, the way they did, that was one of the most explosive offenses we're going to play, one of the most explosive offenses in the country. They kept us in it in the first half and created a turnover. And immediately, we kept it to that one score. And immediately we kind of get it right back. Those stops defensively at the key moments were huge. And, when you play in Air Force and you let them get into that flow and they get to wear you down over 4 quarters because we weren't able to play with the lead from what happened early, that happens. But those guys just they made some of the plays. There's still a lot we got to get better at in every phase. But you know what? Our guys are going to come in ready to work, and we're going to try to get better again next week.
Welcome back to the RebZone. We're here at the Fertitta Football Complex, wrapping up practice, getting ready for Air Force on Saturday. 5-0, historic season with Coach Mullen. We're sitting down with offensive line coach Mike Sollenne. Coach, what are you seeing from your guys undefeated this season?
Our whole program identity is play with relentless effort, play with a passion for the game, and reach your potential every day. And that's what we talk about. It's hanging up in our room. And week to week, that's the message, right? Go 1-0 this week and play with relentless effort. So I think the guys are really buying in, playing for each other, playing for our program, and they've done a great job finding a way to win every week.
Before we look ahead to Air Force, let's look back to the Wyoming game. The adversity your guys battled through on Saturday. How proud are you of your guys?
Yeah, extremely, and it's really been the whole season. I mean, as you look game by game, every single week's been like, all right, here we go. Let's go do it again. Let's go do it again. And you know, when we've had to, when we've really needed it with the game on the line, they've stepped up. And the great thing is you look at them on the sidelines and there's never sad faces. They're not like, oh man, we're out of this. I mean, 3 weeks ago we came back from 14 three times in the game, right? So the relentless effort and just being resilient, it's been awesome for these guys.
What can you say about the work off the field, learning the playbook, new roster, new coaching staff? What goes on inside this building?
A lot of time, a lot of hours. The great thing is we have a lot of guys that have played a lot of football. We have some veteran players in our group. We have some guys who are like coaches on the field. So that makes our job easier. But at the end of the day, our team loves football. They love to play, and the work that goes into it, they love that. So it's showing up on Saturdays.
Let's talk about your success too, your experience that you bring to Las Vegas coming off a national championship at Ohio State. Just the experience you have, how blessed do you feel?
Yeah, extremely. I've been really fortunate, you know, as you get in coaching, everything's about connections and being lucky and getting a good break. So from the people I've had opportunities to work with at Florida for Coach Mullen, and then the opportunity to go to Ohio State working for Ryan Day and with Corey Dennis, which brought me out here, it's been invaluable to my experience, and having that opportunity is something that not a lot of people get.
Wrapping up practice here at the Fertitta Football Complex. UNLV football off to a historic 5-0 season. We're sitting down with starting center Reid Williams. So excited to have you on the RebZone. Tell me what you're feeling in this building, the energy, the work ethic of being 5-0.
Oh, the energy's high in the building. You know, everybody is really enjoying it and having fun playing. You know, 5-0 makes it even better. I love to bring up the people around me. So like if I see something that I know that can help them out, I'll help them out. And if they see something that I'm doing wrong, I want them to point it out to me. So I kind of bring the energy of like just constant improvement. I want everybody to be great around me, you know, so I think that is what I bring as a football player.
We just sat down with Coach Sollenne. What do you love about him, his passion for teaching?
Oh, super high energy guy. You know, he's awesome to play for. Very intelligent too with football. He can tell you all the schemes, how to do it. And then you see him in the background of the film, always running around, jumping up, supporting your guys. You know, that's the type of coach you want to play for. So like I love playing for him.
Awesome. Reid, we'll wrap it up with Coach Mullen, just being a sponge around him. How much have you learned, you've grown here in Las Vegas?
I've learned a ton. You know, Coach Mullen, I think you had Alani on a couple weeks. He's like real life Madden. You know, it's Coach Mullen. It's really like that. You know, so he's a great guy to be around. You learn a lot of football. So just grateful to be around him.
The guys up front putting in the work this season. UNLV's offensive line finished the night last night. 0 sacks. Those guys have been doing a great job. And like we mentioned, the national championship experience on this UNLV roster from Ohio State. Alex Orji, of course, injured, but won a national championship at Michigan. Dan Mullen, his pedigree is through the roof. So really excited to see these guys. I know the offensive line will have their work cut out for them this week against a really talented Boise State defense. Getting ready for a 12:30 p.m. kickoff. Oh boy, here we go. Back to the blue turf. Just seeing this video gives me the chills from 20 degrees Mountain West Championship last year in December. UNLV looking for revenge against the Broncos. A 12:30 p.m. kickoff on Saturday. We'll hear more from Dan Mullen and the Rebels coming up next on beating the Broncos in Boise. Welcome back to the RebZone. UNLV is cruising 6-0 this season with first-year head coach Dan Mullen showing off an explosive offense. UNLV's defense looking to come out strong on the road this week in Boise, Idaho. UNLV no doubt with a chip on their shoulder for this matchup after falling to Boise State for the past 2 seasons in the Mountain West Championship. Let's take a look back at the last time the Rebels were in Boise. Oof, it was a bone-chilling 20 degrees for the Mountain West Championship back in December of 2024. Number 20 UNLV lost to number 10 Boise State 21-7 in the conference title game. And Marcel McDuffie tells me the way their season ended last year left a bad taste in his mouth. The Rebels were just 1 win away from advancing to the college football playoff, but came up short against the Broncos. Boise State is 4-2 this season, 3-0 at home, coming off a 41-25 win last night against New Mexico. Here's what the Rebels have to say on rolling to 7-0 this week on the road.
Yeah, you just hit it on the head. You know, we had the season over with. You know, we got 6 straight. We got 6 straight wins, and now, you know, we got to put this one on the back burner. We got to get ready. We got to have a great week of preparation. We know where we got to go. We know what team we're going to play up against. We know how it's going to be. It's going to be a loud, ruckus, and rowdy environment. We got to be ready to go. Starts with a great week of preparation, getting good film, getting the idea of who they are, and we're going to have to be ready to go when it's that time.
That's fantastic. It was so good to be back at home. So good to be in our own stadium. I know we're on the road again next week. Then we get another bye, but we spend a lot in November here at Allegiant Stadium, right? And so we got to keep getting better as a team. The city, all the Rebel fans everywhere. Every week we need to get a little bit more, a little bit louder, a little bit more excited, and keep going. It was an unbelievable atmosphere here today. I told you we wanted to be the best show in town, and somehow. It doesn't mean I told you, it doesn't mean we have to have every score be a 1-score game at home, but we certainly make it exciting for everybody, and the opportunity to keep it rolling.
Dan Mullen, always positive at Allegiant Stadium. UNLV football is in full swings, and hoop season is right around the corner at UNLV. I've been spending a lot of time in the journalism building at UNLV, getting to check out all the hard work the UNLV Rebels are doing during Rebel Report. But that's not the only thing they're covering. They're also covering all the professional teams here in the Valley. Former Las Vegas sports broadcasters Kevin E. Martin and Paul Gutierrez are doing a fantastic job teaching the next generation of sports reporters how to succeed in front and behind the camera. This week, we're catching up with president of Rebel Sportsnet and former Fox 5 intern Wyatt Touche, who's an Emmy Award-winning producer and sports reporter at UNLV.
I mean, Las Vegas is the sports entertainment capital of the world. And so I was born and raised in the Bay Area. I moved out here because of the professional opportunities, because UNLV has to offer so much with, the state-of-the-art studio that we have here on campus. But then also, too, getting the resources in the control room, behind the scenes that, you wouldn't get anywhere else in the nation. And so being able to have these resources to complement what the city offers is truly beautiful. Experience is the best teacher. And so obviously we've had great mentors like a Kevin E. Martin, Ryan Thorpe, and a lot of others that I haven't mentioned, but when you take a look at what we have here, the number of opportunities that's available, I've seen the growth a lot in being able to make decisions, be confident because I've had the repetition, because the access is there, but we've had to work for it, and so that's the thing that, our generation, Gen Z, has the privilege of doing. A lot of things are laid out in front of us, but now it's just the opportunity to go out there and take it.